ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Dork side. It is I, your friendly neighborhood dork in the road, and today, you may have noticed, I don't seem to be atop my beloved CB500F. You may remember that I was thinking about looking into dual sport motorcycles, and over the last week or so, I've done gotten a little bit farther along in that process, you might say. I am currently sitting atop my new Honda CRF 250L, which I love so far. Super sweet bike, and once I test rode it, I knew that it was over. I was done, and this was going to be the bike that I wanted to have. So I want to do a quick video and just introduce you all to the bike and just talk about my first impressions of it. Obviously, we're on the road and there are fantastic dual sport shenanigans to come, but for today we're just taking her easy, putting her through the paces. In the last video I mentioned I had two major concerns about a 250, which is what this is, a 250, especially being that I'm a large gentleman, let's say 250 plus. And I was concerned that, first of all, that wasn't going to have enough power for me, considering my weight. And I'm happy to report that almost immediately when I got on it, I realized that was not going to be a concern. Does it have as much power as a 400 or a 650? No. Does it have plenty of power to get me through the street and, you know, on gravel roads and on trails and stuff? And is it still fun? Absolutely. It's a very fun bike to ride. It accelerates quickly. It's fun to ride around the city. Fun to ride on the dirt roads, obviously. And the other concern was seat height. The second I sat on it, I knew I was good. I can't put my feet flat on the ground, and I can only put one foot. Well, I can put both tiptoes down or one like ball of my foot down if I lean to one side or the other. But it's plenty. It's totally fine. I don't feel weird at all. Maybe on like a weird hillside or something, depending, it might be funny to stop and try to hold it up, but getting on and off isn't bad. I discovered both of those things the second I got on it when I test rode it, and I knew, like I said, that this was going to be the one. So those things are great. It's got plenty of power, it's fun, and it's easy enough to get on and off, and the seat's not as uncomfortable as I was expecting. It's not the most comfortable thing on earth, but it's not too bad. I haven't had it out for longer than about 40 minutes so far, but you know, there's always the seat concept seats and stuff to think about investing in if I find myself riding it a lot more later. So far, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying riding it. Well, a couple mods that I want to look into. I think probably the first two things are skid plate, because it has a plastic stock skid plate. Thanks, that's super useful. And also some bark busters, but I'm looking forward to dual sport shenanigans in the future. I think we're gonna have a real good time together. I'm not getting rid of my 500, that's not the plan. In fact, the idea was to get this bike because it's a very specific, different purpose, and so they each fill a specific role. This bike only has a 2-gallon tank, which is frustrating. So it's not exactly your long highway ride bike. I wanted the dual sport so I could ride it to where I wanted to ride it off-road, but the main reason I wanted it was to do some off-road stuff. And there's a pretty good OHV park about 40 miles from here. So worst case, I just go there a lot this summer. But there's a cool looking dirt road. Dual sport shenanigans. I get to see my first dual sport drop today. Let's hope not. No trespassing. Okay, well, maybe I should turn the hell around. But isn't this a road? What is this? Huh. Interesting. Well, private property equals turn around, I guess. Alright, so first adventure, fail. Turn signal. I had kind of an interesting adventure getting it home, actually. So my thought process was, well, I went down to get a ramp because the place I ended up buying it from is about 40 miles away down in Eugene, and I wanted to buy it at the Corvallis dealer, but there's some funky weird changes going on there, so they wouldn't let me test ride is what it boiled down to, so I wasn't going to go over there and buy it from them. So I was originally just going to buy a ramp to put it in the back of the truck and then have that for later on. But I went to Harbor Freight and discovered that they have this hitch mount thing that, after reading a lot of reviews on, used to be pretty shitty, but apparently had been updated and it wasn't as bad. And I got a good deal on it, 20% off coupon. So I bought the hitch carrier thinking that way when I go camping and stuff, I could take the bike on the back and not have to give up any space in the bed. Long story short, it was fine. It was a little difficult to get it in there, harder than I was expecting. But I got, drove down the freeway, got it home, no problem. But then I couldn't get the damn thing off the trailer because the knobby tires, because there's like a little hole that the back tire falls into, and you put a pin over the top of it for stability. But the knobby tires decided that they didn't want to come out of that hole, and I spent a while trying to get it out by myself. That's the other stupid thing I did, was I should have had help. That would have been much easier. Eventually I let the air out of the back tire and got it out. It was a little bit of a struggle for a minute. Ooh, is it gravelly? Okay, this could be fun. Where the hell are we? Wow, it's a gravel pit. Look at me, looking down in the gravel pit, moving rocks on the big dinosaur I sit. Tell you a couple things I don't appreciate or don't love. While I love this bike, I think it's super awesome, there's a couple minor annoyances that I feel like it's worth mentioning so people are aware of. One is, you can see this front brake line. So the brake line comes up and over. Kind of a unique, interesting design, but the thing is, and you can't see it probably from the other camera because obviously it's a lower viewpoint than mine, but it covers up all of this, everything here. So both turn signal indicators and all the lights perfectly from where I sit. So, as you know, I already have a problem forgetting to turn my turn signal off, and this is just going to make it worse because I won't be able to see whether the blinker blinking at me, reminding me that I'm an idiot and I haven't turned my turn signal off. That's a little bit annoying. The tiny tank is not my favorite feature either, but you can buy up bigger ones, and really it's not made for long highway rides. Like, the other less than ideal thing is these are literally the worst grips I've ever had my hands on. Like, they feel like cheap plastic, like some shit I had on a Huffy when I was 8. They're really bad grips, like nasty hard plastic. Like it's a joke. I mean, good grips are only like $12, so what the hell, Honda? You couldn't throw in a pair of good grips? I thought the grips on my CB500F were bad, but these are way worse. Yeah, I'm worried I'm turning into a Honda fanboy, but I didn't get this bike just because it's a Honda. And like I said in the last video, I went through quite a few ideas. I was really strongly looking at Yamahas, to be honest. And I just circled back around to this one as I was looking at features and thinking about what I wanted it for. So if you're a bigger dude thinking about getting into dual sport motorcycles and you're worried that a 250 won't be enough to move you around, I'm here to tell you that it will. It is big enough to move you around. Now, is it like the lightning fast rocket machine that you're looking for? Maybe not, but for a beginner like me, I think it's perfect. It's just fun enough, but not scary fun. So I can concentrate on riding and not having things zip out from underneath me. I may change my tune in a couple years, but these things hold their value so crazy well around here, I'll probably be able to sell it and get something bigger without too much trouble, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm looking forward to enjoying it for a while. Really enjoying riding it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Really just an introduction to the new bike. Nothing super fancy just yet, but we will eventually have some cool dual sporting adventures together, I'm sure, and I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you like, and be excellent to each other. Thank you.